Today I want to talk about the different kinds of privacy that Korean people find important and the kinds of privacy that Americans find important. If you want to know a big secret about 외국인 living in Korea, there's one thing that annoys the hell out of every 외국인 in Korea, which is online shopping in Korea. And whenever I tell this to my Korean friends, they're shocked. They're like, wait, what? No, we have great online shopping. You can buy anything and it's cheaper and they deliver. And those things are true, but it's the method of shopping that sucks. It's really the method of payment because the way you pay is weird. You have to understand where we're coming from. We're coming from America, or I guess Europe too, they use it, but Amazon.com. This is how shopping works on Amazon.com. There's one website in Korea. There's several websites that you should go through, and some are big, some are small, whatever. But there's one website, it's Amazon. Search your thing, and then you literally click one button, and it will ship to your house. You don't put in your credit card information again, they already have it. You don't need to put in your address information again, they already have it. You don't have to do any of this weird bank checking that you do in Korea. That's utterly confusing. Korean people, when I tell them that online shopping in Korea is a pain in the ass, they always think, oh, well, that's because it's not in English. No foreigner expects online shopping in Korea to be in English, but we do expect that you just put in your credit card number, put in your address, and then they ship it to you. But they don't. They have to ask. I remember back in the day, it used to be weird DirectX stuff, and you had to use Internet Explorer, and you couldn't use a Mac, and you had to, I think you still have to put in like your Korean social security number and your phone number, and they'll send you a text, and you have to have this certain app. I mean, I saw my Korean friend order something like, I guess, about 6 months ago online. So he wanted to order, and then it popped up this weird little thing from his bank, and then he had to put in his phone number, and just all this crazy shit. And it was just like, God, dude, how do you guys live with this? Like, if a Korean person ever experienced Amazon.com, you guys would know how annoying it is for a foreigner coming to Korea and trying to use online banking in Korea. And whenever I tell my Korean friends this, they say, yeah, but it's more secure. The bank is checking with you to make sure that you're not getting any of your money stolen, or you're not getting your credit card information stolen, you're not getting any of that stuff stolen. And I'm not sure if all of these loops you have to jump through to pay for something online really are helping, but Korean people seem to be pretty big on it. And I'll tell you, I don't think American people are that big on keeping their credit card information private. I mean, of course we care, but there's this general idea. I've never had my credit card number stolen or my identity stolen or anything like that, but generally you'll get some call from your bank like somebody's used $5,000 in Idaho and you don't live in Idaho, and you go, that's not me, and they go, looks like your credit card got stolen, we'll cancel it. And they'll do some investigation on how it happened and try to catch whoever's using your credit card number. And you're done. And that's it. And we don't really care too deeply. It's not the big concern in the media of people trying to steal your credit card number, things like that. But the privacy that does concern us a lot, which I think Korean people generally don't care that much about, which kind of scares me, is internet privacy. Like, there's a law in Korea that whenever you sign up for a website, it has to be attached to your real name. And the government passed that law and nobody seemed to care. And they just kind of go on with it. And, you know, in America, if you had to do that, people would be kind of yelling in the streets and would be going crazy. And that kind of privacy is super important. And there's this app that I use for messaging. It's called Signal. It's just the most private, secure messaging app you can use. And I'm always trying to convince my Korean friends to join it, and nobody wants to do it because everyone already owns, 10 messaging apps. You have Facebook Messenger, Kakao, of course, Line, maybe. You use Instagram for messaging, or maybe you use Baidu, I don't know. There's all these messaging apps, and then I'm like, use this one you've never heard of just for me. And they're like, dude, fuck that. And I'm like, dude, but it's the most private messenger there is. And the answer they give me, it's this answer I've heard about why Korean people don't care about CCTVs in the street. It's this answer I've heard about why they don't care about the government requiring you to sign up to give your real name whenever you sign up for everything online. The answer is, I'm not a criminal. I don't care. I have nothing to hide. And as an American, you're kind of shocked. You're kind of like, oh shit, no, dude, but this is like the crux. Privacy is one of like the cruxes of democracy. I'm not going to go into why it's the crux of democracy, but as an American, we think of ourselves as being the most democratic country in the world, and we're so democracy's in our blood, and we think we invented democracy, even though we didn't. But we know there's something innate that's in our blood, which is like when privacy is being taken away, that by itself is bad. It doesn't have to be something that gets attached to you losing your privacy. We just know it's bad. And Korean people have used this line with me several times, which was just, I don't do anything bad. I'm not a criminal, so I don't really care. Bro, this is the way I always explain to my Korean friends. If me and you are at a cafe and we're talking, would you be pretty cool if you just had a microphone that somebody had access to on the table? We're not criminals. We're not doing anything bad, so who cares? Well, that always enlightens the Korean person. They're always like, oh shit, yeah, that would be terrible. And if there's really bad effects about, Facebook, for example, if you petition Facebook, they'll give you all the information they have on you. And they have literally every message you've ever sent through Facebook. They keep that stuff. And they use it for advertising. But I mean, if the government subpoenas them, they can give it to the government. And that leaves down another dark hole, which I don't want to explain. But it's weird to me because there are still other kinds of privacy Korean people are really big on. Like when you watch TV on the news, people in the background have their faces blurred out. They don't do that in America. You can have public people's faces out there, and I've never seen a face blurred on the news, but in America. But in Korea, sometimes we'll have like one person, there'll be a bunch of faces, and they're all just blurred out. Everything's blurred out. And it's like so strange to me. So to me, it's kind of interesting because there are certain kinds of privacy that Korean people care a lot about, like financial privacy, and I guess somebody's face who didn't agree to being shown on TV, that's a kind of privacy Korean people are big on. And Americans are more big on internet privacy, which I think, maybe just because I'm American, but like that's kind of a big fucking deal, and it's like the next level of shit that people should be caring about, and Korean people just don't seem to care. And I hope that someday in the future Americans will care more about the kind of privacy Korean people care about, but I also desperately hope for Korea's sake that Korean people start taking internet privacy and anonymity more seriously. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you hate this video, give it a thumbs down. If you love me or hate me, hit the subscribe button. This video is not controversial, but I mean, maybe I'm wrong about something. Maybe Korean people do care a lot about internet privacy and I just don't know it, or something along those lines. So if you disagree with me, leave some comments. If you agree with me, leave some comments. If you want to personally attack me in a chat room, you can join my chat room. The link is in the video description below. Just click on it. You'll be right in there. You can yell at me and you can yell at other people in my chat room. Remember, these videos come out every Friday at 7 p.m. So if it's after 7 p.m. and it's Friday, there's a new video out and you should check it out. And of course, the most important thing of all, have a super awesome day.
창화 그리고 김유리 덕분에 저는 이런 영상을 만들 수 있습니다.
여러분의 지원 덕분에 이번 영상을 제작할 수 있었습니다.